Hello students, my name is Sumesh Sharma and I am working in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram as an assistant professor in computer science department. So today is our third lecture of web briefs of C programming, and you all know well that in the last lecture we had done some topics like importance of C, character set of C, variables, constants and its types. I hope you have understand these topics very well. Now today we will discuss about identifiers, keywords, assignment statement, data types, most important data types and its size. So first topic of today is identifiers. So first of all, what is an identifier? A C identifier refers to name used to identify a variable, function, structures or any other user defined item or entity. That means, in other words, we can say that identifiers are names for entities in a C program such as variables, arrays, functions, structures, unions and labels. Identifiers are created to give unique name to C entities to identify its during the execution of program. An identifier can be composed only of uppercase, lowercase letters, underscore and digits, but should start only with an alphabet or an underscore. Here is an example, like first of all int is called int. Int is a data type. We will discuss about data types in detail. So int space money semicolon. The second example is int space mango underscore tree semicolon. So here money is a identifier which denotes a variable of type integer. Similarly, mango underscore tree is another identifier which denotes another variable of type integer. If the integer is not used in an external link process, then it is called as internal. As for example, like global variables. We already discussed about global and local variables. If the identifier is used in an external link process, then it is called as external. So those identifiers used in an external link, that's called global variable, and though does not used in external link process, these are local variables. Actually, an identifier is a user defined word. User defined means programmer or users will create that identifier or function. So there are 53 characters to represent identifiers. How I calculate 53? Means they are 52 alphabetic characters. We already discussed about both are different in C language because C is a case sensitive language, uppercase and lowercase. So we all know that 26 alphabets are there. So capital letter 26 and 26 small letters. That means 26 uppercase and 26 lowercase. So total alphabetic characters are 52. And one more extra, the underscore character. So there are 53 characters to represent identifiers. The underscore character is considered as a letter in identifiers. The underscore character is usually used in the middle of an identifier. There are 63 alphanumeric characters and 53 alphabetic characters. So how to calculate it? There are 63 alphanumeric characters because that means 53 alphabetic character and 10 digits. That means 0 to 9. So identifier names must be different from keywords. Further, we will also discuss about keywords today. But for confirmation, I just guide you that identifier names must be different from keywords, because keywords are predefined, which is predefined, and identifiers are user defined. So both are different. So because keywords are predefined reserved words used in programming, that's why identifier names must be different from keywords always. As for example, you cannot use double as an identifier, because double is a keyword. We will discuss further in today's topic. Rules for constructing identifiers. There are certain rules on which we will construct identifiers. The first one is, the first character is an identifier must be an alphabet or an underscore, and can be followed only by any number, alphabets or digits or underscore. The second one, they must not begin with a digit, always start with underscore or alphabet. Uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. We already discussed about it, because C is a case sensitive language. That's why identifiers are case sensitive. Commas or blank spaces are not allowed with an identifier, and keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Above we already discussed about it. Identifiers should not be length more than 31 characters. And the last one is, identifiers must be meaningful, short, quickly and easy typed and easy read. Here we discuss about keyword. So what is keywords? In C programming, a keyword is a word that is reserved by a program. In other words, we can say that keywords are predefined, reserved words used in programming that have special meanings to the compiler. Keywords are part of the syntax and they cannot be used as an identifier, because identifiers are user defined and keywords are predefined, or we can say reserved words. So keywords can be commands or parameters. Every programming language has a set of keywords that cannot be used as variable names. The meaning of C language keywords has already been described to the C compiler. That's why, or these meaning cannot be changed. Thus, keywords cannot be used as variable names, because that would try to change the existing meaning of the keyword, which is not allowed in C programming. In C programming, there are 32 keywords used in C language. So some keywords are shown in your slide, like goto, static, do while loop. These are keywords. So we are not use such a keyword as a identifier or variable name. The next one is assignment statement. So what is assignment statement? So here we discuss about it. The statement in C for carrying out computation and assigning value to variables is the assignment statement. Means, if we want to assign a value from right hand side to left hand side, so we use assignment operator. For example, average is equal to A plus B divided by 2. So here assign half the sum of A and B to the variable name average. Basically, syntax of assignment statement is result is equal to expression. That means calculation part are the expression, and after calculating or evaluating the value will store in result name variable. That means right hand side value always assigned to left hand side. The expression is evaluated and then the value is assigned to the variable result. It is important to note that the value assigned to result must be of the same type as result. The expression can be a single variable, a single constant, or involve variables and constants combined by the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operator means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Rounded brackets may also be used in matched pair in expression to indicate the order of evaluation. The type of the operands of an arithmetic operator is important. The next topic is data type. It is most important topic in C language and also for the university exam. So first of all, what is data type? A data type is a type of data. Means it is a data storage format that can contain a specific type or range of values. The kinds of data that variables may hold in a programming language are called the data types. It is an extensive system used for declaring variable for function of different type, and the type of a variable determines how much space it occupies in storage. If we declare any variable, then it can create a space in memory first of all. So if we declare the type of a variable, then it determines how much space is occupied in storage and how the bit pattern is stored and interpreted. So data types are means to identify the types of data and associated operations of handling it. The basic reason for differentiating between the data types are use of proper internal representation by the compiler, and the second one is use of proper operators for each type by the programmer. C language provides a large number of data types, so it is also called rich data type language. So here you saw in a slide that there are various data types provided by C language. First one is primitive data type. Primitive data type are the part of data type, and it is also called by fundamental or basic data types. There are 5 types of primitive data type as you show here. So first of all, what is primitive data type? So these are the data types that are not composed of any other data type. And there are 5 primitive data types. First one is character. So an identifier declared as character becomes a character variable, and it is denoted by enclosing the character in single quotes. The character, as we take an example, the character variable in C are declared as, we use first of all the keyword char, char, to guide him that it is a keyword and it is a data type. Here we can discuss about character primitive data type. So first of all, we can put character char data type, after that provide the space, and then name, variable name is mentioned, equal to, in a single quote we can also initialize the value of a variable. In another way, without initializing the value, We can declare one variable at a time or more than one variable at a time. So these statements declare x, y, z as character variables that can store single character value. And if we want to initialize the character variable at the same time as the declaration part, then you will assign also a value in a single quote. Second one is integer data type. So integers are represented in C by int data type. Integers are whole numbers such as 1, 2, 10, 50, 90, etc. They have no fractional part. In similar way, we also, if we want to declare a single variable as a integer data type, then mention an example int x. If we want to declare more than one variable, then you will put int x comma y semicolon. And if we want to initialize the value of a variable, then you will also mention int x is equal to 10, 15 without using single quote, because in a character data type only mention single quote for a character value. But in integer there is no quote, no single quote, no double quote. Third one is float. Float data type. So a variable declared as float becomes a floating point variable and can hold only floating point numbers. A number having fractional part is a floating point number. For example, 5.39, 5.75 is a floating point number. This number is in fractional notation. The other one is double data type. The data type double is also used for handling floating point number. It is treated as a distinct data type because it occupies twice as much memory as type float and scores floating point numbers with much large range. And the last one is void data type. Void data type represent an empty set of values. It is generally used to specify the type of the functions. The type of the function is void when it does not return any value of the calling function. The second part of a data type is derived data type. So what is derived data type? So from the fundamental data types, other data types can be derived. So there are three derived data types: array, pointer and function. So we will discuss about it. So first of all, what is an array? A finite order set of homogeneous elements. Homogeneous means same type of data types. So what is an array? A finite order set of homogeneous elements is called an array. There are two types of arrays. First one is linear array, or we can say that 1D or one dimensional array. An array in which each element can be referred by one subscript or index is known as one dimensional array, or we also say that linear array. One dimensional array is a finite set of homogeneous elements, and we already discussed about this homogeneous, such that each element can be identified respectively by a set of consecutive numbers 0 to n-1, because index value always start from 0 and up to n-1. So an array can be declared in C just like any other variable. The definition consists of data type, space, array name, and by the using of subscript you will also mention the size of the array. But remember it, always array size has to be a positive integer constant. Okay? Then second type of array, multi-dimensional array. An array in which each element can be referred by more than one subscript is known as multi-dimensional array. And if we have one subscript, that means 1D or linear array. If we have more than one subscript, that means multi-dimensional array. The array in which each element can be referred by two subscript is a 2D or two-dimensional array. If we have three subscript, that means 3D or three-dimensional array, and so on. There is no limit to the number of dimension as a C array can have. In C language, a two-dimensional array called a having m rows and n columns of integers type. The second one is pointer. So what is pointer? So pointer data type is one of the special C features that distinguish C from most of the other language. In the computer system, memory is composed of several bytes and each byte has its unique address. An address of a memory location can be stored in a special variable called pointer variable. In other words, we can also say a pointer variable is a variable that contains the address of another variable. Okay? The last part of a derived data type is function. So what is function? Here we can discuss about function overview only, because in further lectures we will discuss about function in details. So functions, what are functions? So functions are subprograms which are used to compute a value or perform a task. That means a function is a self-contained program segment that performs a specified task. They cannot be run independently and are always called by some other functions or by the main functions. There are two types of functions. First one is library function or predefined function or inbuilt function. Both have the same meaning. All have the same meaning. So operations frequently used are programmed and stored in C library. These functions are called library function or built-in function or predefined function. And the second one is user defined function. The function which is written by the programmer or user is called user defined function. So now we discuss third data type called user defined data type. So what is user defined? So user defined data types are those data types which are formed by the users according to their needs. The first one is enum. Another useful user defined data type is enumerated data type. Enum is a keyword and its full form is enumerated data type. In this, how we can define enum? So basically we will put the keyword enum and name of a variable, and in curly bracket we also mention its values. So second is structure. So what is structure? If we think about structure, that means any pattern on any format. So the data type used to group a number of data items together to form a single entity is called a structure. In a structure, it is a collection of multiple things or multiple items to represent as a single entity or single word. That means it's called structure. These data items need not be of the same type. Thus, a structure can have one or more integer field, real field, or character field. In C language, a structure definition is specified by the keyword struct, struct. Struct is a keyword followed by the user given name. It is the member of the structure followed by the closing braces, then semicolon. If we take an example of a book, so if we create a structure in C programming language of a book, so first of all we can use struct keyword to make a structure in C programming. So first of all we mention struct, then name of the variable like book, so struct space book, and in curly bracket we mention different data types. Means if we want to take the price, then we will take float data type. If we want to take or record the name of the author, we can use character data type. If we want to take the input or store the value like number of pages, etc., then we will also take in integer data type. So it is a collection of multiple or same data type, homogeneous or heterogeneous data type in a single entity. Last one is union. What is union? Union data type is similar to a structured data type, except that it has the union keyword instead of struct, and only have the main difference between union and structured data type is in term of storage. Otherwise all features have same aspect, storage. In structure each member has its own storage location, as we already discussed. Means in a structure we can use more than or different data types. So if we discuss about data types in further lecture, in further slides we discuss about its sizes. So integer consume different space, float consume different space. So in structure each member has its own different location, whereas all members of a union use the same location. So in terms of storage, so in structure each member has its own storage location, whereas all members of a union use the same location. Thus in union objects of different types and sizes can be stored at different times, and the size of a union is the size of its widest member. So it is the overall discussion about data types. Here we can discuss about data type sizes, as we already discussed about data types. So signed character, if we take data type signed character, then it consume 1 byte of data, and it ranges from -128 to 127 and specified by a format specifier %C. And unsigned character takes 1 byte, short signed integer take 2 byte, short unsigned integer take 2 bytes, and also mention their range. So these are the data types with its sizes. So now I am going to provide you some important question based on today's topic, so that you will get an idea that which type of questions come in university exam from this topic. So here are the questions, and first one is, what is an identifier? Second one is, what is a keyword? Third one is, differentiate between reserved words. Reserved word means keyword, and standard identifier, that means identifier. We already discussed about reserved words, it is also called keyword. The next question is, what is data types, and explain its classification, means types of data types. And last one is, what is an assignment statement? So this is the end of the today's session. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Hope you will watch my next video, in which I will discuss about operators and types of operators, which is also very important topic in C programming for the university based and also for C programming. Thank you.